I'ma just hope that your son just clap, clap, clap.
Okay.
Clap.
And my scarf. I love me a good scarf.
Red Bull ate up.
Okay, let me look at my script.
Welcome back to All Things Considered,
where all conversations are considered tea.
Yeah. Oh, he want that.
Welcome back for another episode of All Things Considered, where all conversations are considered tea.
We're going to be giving you our opinions on all things alleged in these streets.
I'm Marco, this is Aramis. Let's get into it.
We're going to start with our first topic, Tiffany Haddish. Okay, our good sis was arrested. She was arrested in Atlanta for apparently being high behind the wheel.
Yeah. Barely
being awake. But as we read into the article, it says that it was a marijuana high. Not saying that it was like okay to be high on weed and drive it and barely being awake, because let's be real, this was called in by somebody that was like, hey, somebody asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, she pulled over and went to sleep.
Yeah, but we're happy. Well, I'm happy to know it wasn't any type of heavy drug or any type of anything.
She was smiling in her mugshot.
Yeah, she was smiling in her mugshot. I think it was just something. She did bail out in a couple of hours. I think it was just something that, a little bump in the road for her. But I think that we do need to keep Tiffany Haddish in our prayers, because she has been kind of going through it lately, and this arrest just kind of follows a lot of things that she's been going through, like the loss of her grandmother and close friend Bob Saget, and then all other losses that she's had around her lately. And then this arrest, I feel, is kind of just
bad timing.
Yeah, it's just all bad timing.
Bad timing or a wake up call.
But it was news, so we did want to bring it to y'all, and we wanted y'all to give our good sister Tiffany Haddish a good prayer tonight.
Yeah.
Even though she bailed out in a couple of hours, let's just keep our good sister in our prayers.
Let's also be real and think about this, because the conversation is a little deeper than that. She lives in LA. You know what I'm saying? So in LA, she would have just gotten escorted home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she's
so this
in
really
the
could have been a normal night, but let's not disregard the fact that
or downplay it, yeah.
She was falling asleep at the wheel. It was like 4 a.m, probably leaving a party, function, kickback. You don't know where she was coming from. She really should have just been at home.
Yeah.
LA or Atlanta, she should have just been at home. Because whether it's weed or not, she was putting somebody else's life at risk. I'm glad that the situation did not get as bad as it could have been. I'm glad she's okay, and I'm glad that everybody else around her is okay.
Right. So let's get into the next topic. We're going to be talking about Lil Baby and Miss Jayda. So the last time we talked about Jayda, unfortunately, it was about, critiques about her launch and her line and everything that was going on with that. However, this go around, I'm happy to report that, the news is better in her favor. She's not in the news for anything
negative. At least she's happier lately.
Yeah, it's giving a positive vibe. And now we see that she and Baby are back together.
Or so it seems that way. Like, she's kind of been doing the whole no face, no case thing, and kind of been having people put together who she's been hanging out with. But people have already put it together. The kind of posts she's been making, the gifts she's been getting, the trip she's been taking, it all says Lil Baby.
Right.
Like, so like Marco said, I'm happy for her. It seems that she's happier these days. She says that she feels like she's in heaven, and I'm happy for her. But I think that we should talk a little bit about the critique she's been getting for kind of double backing into the relationship.
I feel like when it comes down to the people sitting behind keyboards or sitting at home judging or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You set all of these high expectations and these standards for the people that you're following and that you're watching. And you forget that these people are real. Like, you forget that they have real lives. You forget that they're people just like you are, and they're going to make mistakes, or they're going to, do things out of passion that they feel are right. And so be it. You can't sit there and judge somebody based off of what they do. Let them live their life. Because if it was you, you would very well be doing a variation of the same thing, in and out of a relationship with somebody who's paying your bills, in and out,
right? And people always say, "Oh, it couldn't be me."
Until it's you.
Know that. Like, I feel the older you are, especially anybody over the age of 25, you should never, the saying, oh, that could never be me, should never come out of your mouth.
Because that's exactly what is going to happen to you.
Because you should know. By 25, you should know. Like, listen, life happens so fast, it literally could be you. The people that you went to high school with, you might be driving past them on the street one day. You know, things can be different, and literally, like, and by 25, you would have seen enough to know that that statement is ignorant. And I feel that when people are saying, grown people in these comments are like, that could never be me. Girl, you've never ridden a private jet in your life. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't know what it felt to be, you know what I'm saying, in that position.
So, like, it's just too much. Too many opinions being said. People go back to their baby daddies every day.
Whether he making $1 or $100 million.
Right. Y'all be going back to these baby daddies, they ain't got nothing. So leave Jayda alone. I'm not mad at her for trying to keep her family together. And, you know, as long as he not hurting her, let her enjoy it. Let her live it up. Because who's to say that she won't one day just be like, you know what, I've had enough of this, and walk away. We're not saying that it'll never happen. We're just saying that when it happens, it'll be on her time when she's ready. And then she could say, at least I enjoyed all of this. What is the point of sitting around and being sad about a situation that you really are content with at the moment? It's no point of Jayda sitting around and moping and being sad and worried about what he up to when she's okay with being spoiled with material things to cover the stuff that he's doing. And she's okay with being spoiled with trips, and she's okay with that. That's what she likes. That's her. That doesn't make her less. It don't make her less of a woman.
It is what it is.
It's the life she want to live. People do this every day, literally every day. And I feel like to hold her up on some pedestal to say she should not be doing this because she got people following her. A girl, like Lil Nas said, watch your own kids. Okay? Teach your own kids things. My child don't know who Lil Baby and Jayda is.
Okay, bet not.
And it's gonna be that way until I feel like she should know. Like, monitor your children. That's all I could say about that, because
and stop letting the internet and TV raise your kids.
Yeah.
And if you're mad about that, go in the room and raise your kids. Like,
there's
breathe in, breathe out.
Nothing else to do about that. So.
Who are you? Do you have kids? I surely do not. But I surely do not. But I have brothers and sisters, and I have people around me with kids, and I have enough knowledge and wisdom to know. You know what I'm saying? Don't take having a kid out my damn nutsack for me to know for sure. Like, I know for sure. Like.
Okay, so let's briefly dive into this topic. It has been floating around that Megan Thee Stallion and her long-term boyfriend Party has broken up, and I didn't really want to report on that because it just
we're not reporters.
Yes, let's clear that up.
But special episode of Mythbusters. Let's get ahead of the curve.
But we don't like to just talk about just like anything that pop up on the timeline.
Yeah, until we know.
What particularly made me like hesitant to talk about this was that neither one of them made like any type of like subliminal post, statement. They ain't share nothing. They ain't like nothing. Like, they didn't say anything. So it was literally out of thin air, or so it seemed, because the rumors were they broke up due to the fact that Megan has a drinking problem, and due to her drinking problem, she gets violent and her temper is bad, and he kind of just got tired of it. Very easy narrative to write about somebody like Megan.
Especially through what she's going through in the court.
Exactly. And then people try to make that say, well, now this makes sense with the Tory situation, because that's probably what happened then. That's easy to say about Megan though. Like, that's why it's so believable. But me, as a YouTuber, I'm like, okay, before I jump on this camera and say this, like, who said what? Like, because that's kind of a big allegation to say about somebody. And lo and behold, apparently, I don't know who made it up. I don't know if it was even made up. Maybe a close friend dropped a bird at TMZ. Maybe a bystander saw an argument outside the car, because that happens a lot with couples. They get outside, they get to fighting, and feel like can't nobody see and hear them. And you know what I'm saying, and strangers, passerbys, are just recording or paying attention, thinking they know everything, and maybe they dropped the bird. I don't know, but Party let us know today in a few words that him and Megan are doing just fine. So
okay, party.
I know, right?
Hardison stood up for what was his. Listen,
we know he loved that girl.
And she apparently loved him.
I love them together. I'm sorry, I just do. I love them together.
They're cute.
I love him for her. I love her for him. I just love them.
I just hope that they're both, you know, finding their zen and their mental peace and living their best life and traveling and spending money, making money, do whatever you gotta do to be happy in this life. I hope that you're doing it together, separately, both. We're gonna get into our last topic of the day, guys. We have to bring you a little piece of an update. So
very small but large piece.
Okay, by the time you are watching this video, our last 2 videos would have been out and you would have known what went on with Ari and how we felt about Ari and Fletcher in that situation, right? So we have a new development. Apparently, allegedly, there is a knot on her head, like on the front of her head. If you guys have not seen the pictures, we will be putting them in the clip here. Now I did a little bit of digging because, you know, we want to make sure that we're talking about things that are real. We're talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can verify our facts and give our opinions on facts and not just allegations, right? So I did a little bit of digging and I found out that these photos are real. They're posted on Ari's page on Instagram. They're posted on the jeweler's page on Instagram. And indeed, she has this big knot on her head.
When he says the jeweler, she was doing an advertisement for a company, a jewelry company. So not only did Ari Fletcher post pictures herself, the company that she was advertising for post the pictures on their
and
page.
They tagged each other in the photos.
Right. So we weren't able to verify that these were real photos. If they were photoshopped, they would have to be photoshopped from Ari's end.
Yeah.
Because, the jeweler's end. I don't know why Ari would post that, but I don't know. We don't know. But this is an interesting timing.
Timing, yeah.
And it's just interesting. It's just interesting overall. So it was, not it was said, but Ari said in an interview recently that she was hosting, or she was planning to host a nonprofit event for DV victims around Christmas time, and that she got sick with COVID, plans fell through, and now she has to move the date to a little bit, it's more recent to today's date. And the timing of all of that is really interesting because of the whole loss of the Fenty deal, which we did touch on in one of our last uploads. And, you know, her attitude towards the loss of the Fenty deal, her attitude towards the DV topic, the timing of this event that was planned and canceled due to COVID is just really odd. And the internet sleuths had dug up her in the club literally the day after Christmas, turning up, doing what she does best, hosting a event at a club, wherever she was. The flyer was posted as well. If I could find that flyer, I'll post it. But she was in the club, so there are 2 things. Either Ari was in the club with COVID.
Yeah.
1. Or she's just an overall like liar. She just be lying. Why lie? Why lie? And it's like, forget that. Where's your publicist? Where are your people that are supposed to be cleaning this up for you? Because they're doing a terrible job. Like, you did not issue any type of apology to DV victims. If you did, it was ashy and half-assed because I ain't came across it.
Can I tell you the truth?
Let's let Marco
Listen, sis. I think that the actions are verifying what Miss Vivica Fox recently said.
Influencer, not celebrity.
A celebrity would have had publicists, damage control all over.
That is a good point. A celebrity would have had damage control and a publicist.
If they would have went as far as to show their ass out in public, they would have already had that lawyer, that team set up on retainer. I'm liable to show my ass. I got the people to do it. You get what I'm saying? But I'm going to be poised. I'm going to keep myself. There's a difference there. Like, you can tell by the attitude. You can tell by, and if there is a team, it's like 3 people.
Her friends.
Of friends, yes. A gaggle.
Yeah, that's not a team. They're not gonna keep it real.
Ain't nobody in that circle really being honest, and that's what it's given. Or, you know, if y'all are just there for the money.
Yeah. Ari, please do better, sister. And if you really do have a lump on your head, because I'm not saying you don't, I'm just saying the timing of this lump is real, like, weird and suspect. But let's just say you did get knocked upside the head or whatever.
We're not gonna make light of that.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I don't care about how that got there, why that's there, or anything. I'm not gonna stoop down to the level of woman that you were a couple of weeks ago when you said you didn't care about everyone else's stories. I'm gonna listen to you. I'm also gonna hope that, you know, since we both got toddlers, I'm assuming that your toddler bopped you with a block. I am going to hope that that's what happened, because my toddler bopped me with stuff all the time.
So
I ain't welted up like that, but I've been bopped. So that's that on that. That's what I gotta say. Like, I'ma just hope that your son just
okay. We are not to make a light of DV violence victims, any of that. You know what I'm saying? But that shit was funny. You ain't have to
I wasn't making light of it. I'm just saying, she said that she got hit upside the head.
But she
posted a picture with a lump on her head. And I feel like with this girl and her job being to post pictures, especially to promote for other companies, if she gonna post a picture like that at this time, it was real strategic. So it's just like, I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not saying it is real. I'm just saying I hope that if it is real, it came from your son and not a man. And that if it did come from a man, that girl, I'm not going to do you how you did everybody else. I'm going to be here to listen to you.
I have this gut feeling that it's just makeup.
But why would she do something so ignorant?
Look at the timing.
But that's ignorant. It is ignorant to do that.
It was ignorant to get online and tell DV victims that they don't care, that she don't care.
That yes, but to, like, let's just say she's trying to empathize or get sympathy from the public by faking this injury, right? Mm-hmm. And like you said, what if it's makeup? And she's Ari Fletcher. She's not somebody that's hard to recognize. She ain't gonna stay her ass in the house for nothing. That means that she would have to keep this lump up for at least the next week or so to become believable. Is she going to do that?
Well, I guess we'll see.
If she is caught, do you think it would be worth the backlash that she would receive if she was caught with a fake lump? That's why I feel it's real. I feel it's real and that it came from her son. And that's just me being a mom of a badass kid.
Girl,
I'm just saying, kids be bad sometimes. They be bad. They be bad. And the timing of it is just weird. It's just weird.
I would either rather hear that or that she got into a fight with somebody and anybody with money bad. Please.
I don't think it had anything to do with him.
I don't think that don't sound P to him.
That would not be very P
That would not be very P to him.
On that note, we will be ending this episode of All Things Considered.
It's been a pleasure.
I really hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And we will be seeing y'all in our next upload. Bye.